From the moment I opened my eyes that cursed night, I knew something had changed. The air was thick with dread, laced with prophecy and blood. My fingers trembled not with fear, but with the weight of truth I had carried alone for far too long. It was not Harry Potter, it was me, the true chosen one. They told the story wrong. Dumbledore, with all his wisdom and secrets, let the world believe it was the boy, the scar, the legend, a comforting lie wrapped in theatrics and fate, but prophecy cares not for comfort. The one with the power to vanquish the Dark Lord approaches, born to those who have thrice defied him, born as the 7th month dies to. Boys were born at the end of July. Potter and myself, yes, Lily, gave birth to Harry on the 31st, but my mother, Eileen, delivered me on the 30th. And though our names were never spoken aloud in the hall of prophecy, the criteria were clear eyes. Was overlooked, dismissed, an outcast, a Slytherin, a half-blood with greasy hair and sharper intellect, not the kind of hero the world could cheer for. But I had power. Even Voldemort feared you, see. I was there when he heard the prophecy, not the first time, but the second. He came to me in the shadows, as he often did before he marked me, before the brand burned beneath my skin. Tell me, Severus, he hissed, red eyes burning through the gloom, what do you think it means? I knew better than to lie. Told him the truth, that there were two possibilities and that I was one of them. He laughed, then turned his wand away from me and toward a crib. He made his choice. He chose wrong, but let us go back further. Before the prophecy, before the war, before the castle gates swallowed us, before Lily, we were children, two curious minds, tangled in a world too cruel for innocence. She was sunlight, and I was shadow, and yet she never feared me. Not once. I loved her, the only way I knew how, fiercely, protectively, selfishly. And when I lost her, that was when fate twisted the knife. Dumbledore knew, he always knew when the prophecy was spoken. He traced both paths, both boys, but he needed a symbol, a rallying cry. Was never a cry, was a whispers. The years passed. I watched Harry become what I never could. A hero, a symbol, a pawn. He walked into the fire with an army behind him. I walked alone, but I did not stop fighting. I played both sides. Dublin. They called me traitor, spy, but never did they see the truth. I was the blade at the Dark Lord's throat. Every potion brewed, every spell whispered, every memory buried deep inside my acclimacy. Shields, it was all for the greater cause, not because of Harry, because of me, because I was meant to end this. The moment I discovered the truth, I remember it well. Dumbledore lay frail in his tower hand, blackened by cursed magic. Severus, he rasped, you must protect him. Why? I asked. Because of the prophecy, because Hayes, the chosen one. He hesitated. Because you are the silence after that confession was louder than a scream. Then why him? I spat. Because the world needs a symbol. They would never accept you. He said it with such cold detachment, as if he hadn't torn open my chest and spit on the heart within. You are the sword, he said. He is the shield. But I didn't want to be a weapon. I wanted Pisci, wanted her so. I let the world turn. I trained Potter. I punished him. I saved him. I hated him. He was everything I wasn't. And yet somehow he wore the crown of destiny, but the prophecy never lied in. The Dark Lord will mark him as his equal he marked Harry. Yes, the scar, the pain, the connection, but Voldemort also marked me. He branded me, trusted me, feared me, saw me as kin. That was no accident. That was the prophecy unfolding. When the final war approached, I prepared my soul for what had to come. I thought I would die, had planned to, but fate, cruel and strange, had other designs. The snake bit. The venom spread, and as I lay bleeding, choking on my own breath, I felt it ancient. Pure lily she stood above me, not in flesh, but in memory, in magic, in some space between life and death. You are not done, she whispered. I have nothing left, I said. You have everything you always did. You were the one, Severus, not Harry. And just like that I woke. They found me days later, body cold, heart barely pulsing, but I lived, and with that breath, I knew I had to finish it, not for Harry, not for Dumbledore, not even for her, for me. Voldemort was crumbling. The Horcruxes fell one by one, until only one remained, and it was not Harry, it was me. Fragment of the Dark Lord had lodged within me the night he chose Harry, and choosing wrongly, he had splintered again, and so to end him I had to die. Not Harry. I stood atop the astronomy tower, wand in hand, stars above, and whispered the incantation Dumbledore had feared to utter. It was not a Vader Kedavra. Was older than that. It was Severus Snape, reclaiming destiny, and in that blinding flash of green eyes saw it all. The child I was, the friend I lost, the monster I became, the man I am. And when the light faded, so too did the Dark Lord. The world will never know. Harry, the symbol, will remain in storybooks and bedtime tales, but I am the truth behind the myth, a weapon forged in silence, the true chosen one, Severus Snape always.